Hey, I'm Sam Dean, and I own Van Zant Coffee Company, and I want to give you a tour of my Van Zant Coffee Adventure van. So this van is an Airstream B190 Class B motorhome. It's a 1997 model, and Airstream made roughly, I think, about 1,300 vans from 1989 to 1999. This is a 97. It's on a Ford E350 chassis, van chassis, so that's a 1-ton Ford chassis. It has a Triton V10, I believe it's a 6.8 gas engine. The original ones had Ford 460s in it. This is the second van like this I've owned. I had a 95 with the 460. But as you can see, we got this wrapped for Van Zant Coffee. And also, I purchased a 4x4 conversion kit from a company named U-Joint Off-Road in North Carolina. And they also sell you the front bumper with the winch and everything needed to make this two-wheel drive van a cool 4x4 off-road van. So let me show you a few features outside first. First, we have you got manual locking hubs here. U-Joint actually sells you the front axle if you want to upgrade the front axle, and it has bigger brakes and also Fox shocks you can see under there. They also, you have to weigh your van and send them the weights, and they make Atlas custom leaf springs to send your van. And overall, the van is definitely probably 4 to 6 inches higher than the stock Airstream B190. I've got, let's see, I've got Toyo all-terrain 35-inch tires, open countries, and I also have these wheels. I can't remember the company right now on the wheels. I'll think about it here in a second. Anyway, moving on. Coming to the back, you see this is the way to get in, and we'll get in here in a second, but we have an awning that comes out where we can set up at farmers markets or go camping. And the idea for this van was for me and my family to drive it to cool places. And whenever somebody comes up to ask about the van, I give them a free bag of coffee, and hopefully they order from our website, vanzantcoffee.com. We ship coffee around the world. Here, this is the exhaust for the furnace. This is the hot water heater, and this is where you fill up your freshwater tank, okay, with your potable fresh water, this water that you'd want to drink, okay. Here's some outdoor plugs, some 110 plugs, whenever you're running the generator or you have shore power hooked up. Here's our exhaust pipe. Come in the back. This back bumper is from a company called Illuminous. All right, they make bumpers and stuff for Ford vans. And as you'll see, it's got some guards on the side. I've got some rigid lights, floodlights in the back installed, and I'll show you how to turn those on in a second. This is a deluxe box from Luminous, and you can open it up, and it's got, I usually keep my tools in here, or anything that I don't want to bring inside the van, like dirty boots, firewood, etc. Up here I have two 1-up bike trays where I can haul my electric mountain bike from Trek. That's a Trek 5.5 rail. And if you haven't ever driven an electric mountain bike, do it, because it's crazy. It's awesome. You can drive up the mountain really easily. People without electric mountain bikes hate you, though. Anyway, I've got this second 1-up bike tray, and it's got a fat wide setting for my wife's Super 73. And we put that there. Also, my son has a bike that we put up here sometimes. Here's the spare tire. And this is a Trasheroo. And normally these bags are good for when you're camping. You put all your trash in here and you can dump it easily. Right now I have firewood and some trash in there. This will also open up. So this back swings open. You have these pins here to lock it open in place. And you can open that side. You can open this side and access the back of the van. Here you have a little toolbox to hold some tools and whatnot. I just have it empty right now. Recovery gear. I guess you could, since it has holes, you could put some ice and some beer in there if you wanted to. Open the back door here. Looking in the back of the van, we have some storage here. This is typically the closet, and you can access it from the inside. But here is more storage. Still kind of sandy from going to the beach recently. But there's some other storage there. Usually I put my son's one wheel here and like some lawn chairs and whatnot. Here I put my chairs and my table and my grill for whenever we're out grilling. All right. If you dip down below and look below the van at the back axle, you'll notice it's red. So also on this van, I have a ARB air compressor mounted up under here, which you can't see. But in that back rear axle, I have an ARB air locker. So that has a locking differential in the back. And I'll show you how to turn that on once we go up to the front. You also see the air chuck in the back. So I can air up my tires after I air them down for off-road use, or I can run some air power tools if I wanted to, or air up my bike tires, whatnot. But the locking differential makes a huge difference when you're off camber or doing any serious off-roading. If you're a serious off-roader, you know what a locking differential will do for you. All right, coming around this side. This is all like the RV stuff. You see, this is the sewage, the black tank and the gray tank discharge here. This is your city water fill. So if you go to an RV park and hook up to a water hose here, this is an old school cable hookup or a phone jack. I obviously don't use these anymore. So if I ever do any upgrades, maybe Starlink or something, I'll use these ports for that. This is our shore power connector. So it's a 30 amp shore power connector. And this is where I keep the sewage hose that goes to dump the sewage tanks in this thing here. This is the rear of the the rear of the refrigerator. This is where we fill up with gas. All right. This baby gets, I think, 8 miles per gallon on a good day with the wind behind you. I don't really want to know what it really gets with the wind in front of you. So this is a generator. So I have an onboard generator. My dad and I, we replaced the old Cummins generator with a brand new one. This was a huge job because it didn't exactly fit perfectly. We had to do some modifications to fit it, but it runs really well. So if you're not in an RV park, you can turn that generator on and run the air conditioner up top, which is the main deal in Texas in the summertime. This compartment here is another tool compartment, but you see I have all of my like shore power hose, jumper cables, water hoses, air hoses, any other tools I need. So this is the driver's seat. It's just typical Ford. I really haven't done many modifications inside, but this, you'll see it's kind of done up for Airstream. But you see, U-Joint Off-Road also sells this tab here. And these are all on my, so the first one is the off-road rigid lights in the front. The second one are my rear lights, and I should label those. But here is my air compressor turning on. You can hear it. And then there's my rear locker turning on. So that's how I turn those on. Pretty sweet. All right. This is our website, vanzantcoffee.com. Um, all right, so we got some manual locking hubs. Coming up front, we got a Warren. I believe this is a 12,000. Yeah, this is a 12,000 pound winch from Warren. It's a VR Evo, and it has a synthetic line which saves a bunch of weight, and it's also easier to deal with. We see we've got an air chuck in front, and we also have a power connector for any type of power if you wanted to run something and connect it to the big battery stuff. You got some Warren shackles in the front here that you can use for recovery, and rigid lights that you turn on. These lights are super bright. These are just the factory headlamps, not too bright here. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the outside tour, other than this is a propane tank. I think it's a 6-gallon propane tank, and that was on there from Airstream. So what this propane tank runs is some of the refrigerator, your gas stove. It also runs your furnace. It's a lot bigger on the inside, right? So now for the inside tour of the Airstream B190 Van Zandt Coffee Adventure Van. Go ahead and go up in. So as you see in the back here, let's start at the back. It's a full bathroom. So back here, if you look around the side, you have a toilet. And I guess that's considered a wet bath because the toilet will get wet. But this shower curtain on your right, you will put the shower curtain all the way around the truck, and you can take a shower without getting anything else wet. If you see the track up here, and you can turn the vent on, and you can hook the wand, the shower wand, right there, and take a shower back here. And the toilet is not a cassette toilet; it's actually a real toilet. It has a black tank, and you can use the restroom there. If you look to your left, you have a closet and also a place for the toilet paper. There's your toilet paper. There's your closet. You hang your clothes. So this is part of the Airstream conversion. These are real oak cabinets. There's where you hang your clothes. Also, you have this. I need to clean back here, but this is just a vanity. You hold all your stuff like your shower, your shampoo, and your deodorant and whatnot. All right, moving this way, we have a propane 3-burner cooktop, and this is a cutting board that you can move around to whenever you're cooking. And this is a propane oven. Below this is where I keep some of my oven stuff, like my skillet and my cookie sheet for when I'm making biscuits or something. Looking here, this is a 3-way refrigerator. So it runs on propane, DC power, or AC power. DC power is when you're just driving down the road. That's the power from the battery from the engine compartment. AC power would be when you're plugged in to shore power, and you can use that. It's a microwave, and then up here is just more storage for we keep our food items up here. Anything like chips, bread, any food items that we have. We have a paper towel holder, and I need to use one of these for my finger. All right, now this is the monitoring system. We can turn the hood fan on whenever we're cooking, the exhaust fan. This is the hood light. This is how you turn the water pump on. So if you're not hooked up to water, this uses the fresh water for water to come out of the sink, the toilet, or the shower. So you want to have that water pump on if you're doing those things. This is the monitor. You turn this on and it shows you how much battery power you have, how much gas you have, how much fresh water you have, and how much gray water. If you don't know, gray water is the water that goes through the sink or through the shower. And black is you're holding black tank stuff from your toilet, okay? Here's a sink with cutting boards. You just turn those around. Pretty self-explanatory. We have more storage here. Hey, look. We have more Van Zandt coffee here in the Van Zandt coffee van to make in the morning time. Up here we got a thermostat. So this van is pretty neat. You can set a thermostat in the cold and the furnace will kick on. You have the furnace down here. It'll really warm this thing up and keep it a cool 70 degrees. If you look up top is our air conditioner. And in this compartment, this is the way you turn the generator on and off. You turn the water heater on and off to get you some hot water for a shower. Or you can run either the air conditioner or the microwave one at a time, but you can't run them at the same time. Over here we have more storage. These are where we usually store some clothes and whatnot. There's a towel in there. Other storage here. This is a jackknife sofa. So really this van could sleep 4 small people, but usually I sleep here and I jackknife this sofa down. This will come out and lay flat. And I take my, this is from a company called Luno. This is a bed mat. So I put it down because sometimes this thing will dig into your back when you're laying on it. So I use a pad. And then up here, this wood piece moves all the way back here and that mattress lays flat. And Ashley and George, my son and my wife, they'll sleep up here on top. And it turns into about a queen size bed up here. You can see that this is a swivel seat. This turns around. Obviously, when you're going down the road, turns the other way, but this one swivels around. Here's my backpack with my computer in it. This is obviously a 4-wheel drive shift lever from U-Joint Off-Road. So when you make the van 4-wheel drive, you could turn it in. You have to install that into the transfer case. I just have a phone holder. I still have an old school tape deck here, and that's my Bluetooth thing that can run my phone through the radio. One of the next mods I'm going to do for this van is a reverse camera, backup camera, and a Apple CarPlay. I'm also need to replace all the speakers because they're all factory and they're pretty bad. My friend's Luke Darty's mom made me these curtains, and the curtains go around and they kind of black this thing out. So if you ever wanted to sleep during the day, if you move back for a second, there is a table under here that comes out. You see it, it's real wood, but it goes in these cup holders here, and it comes out, and it's kind of a tea table, so you can sit here and sit there and have the table come in front of you and have dinner or do your homework or whatnot. And these are just a bunch of cabinets and stuff. You can also extend counter space with this pop-up here. All right, let's come back outside. There's another hat from Van Zandt Coffee. It's my wife's hat. These are Pro Compt wheels. I forgot. Pro Compt. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching this tour of my Van Zandt Coffee van. Comment below with any questions you may have about it, or if you want to build your own. I'd be happy to help. Also, order from our coffee company. It helps out a lot. vanzandtcoffee.com, and it'll be in the description below. And I appreciate it. Bye. Hello?